You want to lose body fat, gain lean muscle, you want to look good, you want to feel good. The problem is you're like ET from the NES video game. You just keep falling into the pits and can't get out. This is how you get out of them. There's three pitfalls that people are constantly falling into when they're trying to lose body fat and trying to lose weight. The first one is awareness. We need to be aware of two things. We need to be aware of our goals. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to lose that body fat? You're trying to lose weight. You're trying to gain lean muscle. You need to be aware of that goal. If you don't know the goal, you're not just going to magically get there. That's not how it works. So you need to be honest with yourself and lean into that goal. There's nothing wrong with wanting to look and feel good. There's nothing wrong with that. The second part that you need to be aware of what you're consuming. What are you putting in your body? Is it helping you get closer to your goal, or is it getting you farther away? You need to be aware of what you're putting in. If you're putting bad stuff in, you're going to get bad stuff out. You need to be aware, you need to be intentional, and you need to take action. Awareness, intention, action. That is the first step. If you don't understand what you're putting in, you're going to have problems. Peanut butter is a perfect example. If you just blindly scoop out 2 tablespoons of peanut butter and then actually measure it out, you're going to get two vastly different things. And it's probably going to be about a 200 calorie deficit. And 200 calories every day over months and years is going to add weight. You're going to gain weight. You're going to gain body fat. And if you add birthdays and thanks and holidays and events to that, when we have a tendency to overeat on top, that's how you gain 25 pounds and your body fat increases. We need to be aware and we need to be intentional. That's the first one. The next one is phantom calories. And this is the real spark that gave me this idea. There's so many things that you don't realize that have a lot of calories in them. The first one is drinking your calories. This is the first thing that you should take. Stop drinking calories. That's the first thing to do. A 500 calorie coffee can literally be a third of somebody's calories that they're supposed to drink. Like 1,500 calories for a woman under 100 pounds, right around that 100-pound mark, probably isn't a crazy calorie number to shoot for. 500 calorie coffee, that's literally a third of what they should consume for the day. And most people are going to eat more than just that for breakfast. When they eat that, when they drink that coffee, they're probably consuming other things. Think about when we're drinking alcohol. One, it's easy to drink a lot of them. They tend to be very calorically dense. And what are you doing when you're drinking alcohol? You're usually eating other things and probably not good things either. So we want to control that. It's so easy to drink calories. It just happens so fast and it's so easy. It can get away from you very quickly. So we want to make sure that we're not drinking our calories. The next one is eating out. And there's nothing wrong with eating out. There's nothing wrong with drinking calories either. But when it gets out of hand, that's the problem. Again, awareness. Eating out, when we eat out, what do we have a tendency to get? It's, these things that are crazy fancy, or, there's a lot. We're generally not going out to eat chicken and broccoli. We're going out to indulge ourselves, right? Appetizer, alcoholic drinks, entree, dessert, and that can really get out of hand real quickly. You can eat, a whole day worth of calories in just that one sitting. So one of the things I like to do is pick two. All right, you have your appetizer, you have your drinks, you have your entree, you have your dessert. You get to pick two of them. All right, and that's a good way to start controlling that in. You can still enjoy yourself, but we're not getting off the rails, and we can still keep working towards our goal. So eating out is a big one. And like, how often are you eating out? Are you eating out for lunch every single day? Are you only eating out on weekends, but it's a big splurge? The reason eating out is so good, it tastes so good, is because of what they're putting in it. There's a lot of fat, there's a lot of salt, there's a lot of sugar in it. And again, that's not necessarily a bad thing all the time, but if we're doing it all the time, or if we have specific goals, it's not aligning with what we're trying to achieve. And then this leads into weekends in general, right? When does the weekend start? Friday. What do? Have a beer, order pizza, right? And that's a lot of calories right there. Then we're going to go out to eat on Saturday, and then Sunday we have a party, and I don't feel like cooking dinner because it's Sunday night. All of a sudden, in 2 days and an evening, you've had the amount of calories you should have had for the entire week. And that's going to sabotage your goal. That is not getting you closer to where you want to get to. We have this idea of like, oh, it's the weekend, whatever. Your goals don't take breaks on the weekends. And if you want to reach them, you have to do them all the time, not just when it's convenient. Yes, we love convenience now, but confidence, hard work, feeling good, looking good isn't convenient. The last one is snacking. It's so easy, and this one gets me, and I have to stop. I had to, hey, 3 meals. That's all you get, dude. That's all you can do, because snacking is just so hard, right? You eat some meals like, oh, I didn't eat quite enough for lunch. I'm going to get a snack and eat a little bit. But what are you usually snacking on? Crunchy, salty things. And how many of those crunchy, salty things can you eat? The answer is all of them, right? They're highly palatable. They're calorically dense. They're not filling, and you're just going to overeat. Generally, people aren't snacking on carrots, right? They're eating things that probably aren't ideal and are hyper processed. Snacking can get out of control really quickly. So if we can minimize that snacking or bring it to something a little something that's harder to overeat and less calories, it's going to be a lot easier, right? It's hard to overeat carrots. So snacking, we just need to keep that in check. I'd rather you just eat 3 big meals. So those are the phantom calories: drinking calories, eating out, snacking, and weekends. The last one, and this is a mindset one, it is the all or nothing mindset. What happens is somebody's like, all right, it's Monday, let's do it. And they eat nothing but salads every day for every meal from Monday to Thursday. And they've consumed, they're eating, 800 calories a day. Well, your body is not going to like that. And Thursday's going to roll around, Friday night's going to roll around, and it's going to be like, I am starving. I am so hungry. And you're going to eat all the things. You repressed all of that all week, and now the weekend's here. And what happens is you're like, well, I messed up once, so let's just go all in. And that's how that weekend trend starts, right? It's that all or nothing mindset. So now we go back to the Monday and we try and do it again. That's that weekend cycle. And that's very similar to that all or nothing cycle. And sometimes that all or nothing, it just, I'm going to do this diet for 90 days. Well, I broke it after 2 weeks, so I'm just not going to do anything. I'm just going to eat whatever I want, whenever I want, and however much I want. So now it doesn't matter now because I didn't do it perfectly. Well, perfect is the enemy of better. We're not trying to be perfect. We're trying to be better. We're trying to work towards better. All or nothing is how you don't make progress. If it has to be perfect, it's never going to be. So you're never going to reach that goal. What we're looking for is better. There's nothing wrong with a slice of pizza or making a mistake. What do you do? Hey, I'm going to do better tomorrow. I'm going to do better next meal. You just work towards better instead of this all or nothing. Perfect is the enemy of better. Those are the 3 pitfalls. And it's a lot easier to avoid pitfalls when you're around other people that are doing this and have similar goals. When you're around healthy and fit people, you're more likely to be the next healthy and fit person. If you're in a group, if you're around people that have already gone through that field of pits and they know where they all are, it's a lot less likely you're going to fall into one of them. So get around people that are the type of people that you want to be. If you want to be healthy and fit, if you want to be happy and healthy, be around those type of people. If you need a recommendation, I have one. Cheers, guys.